In today's competitive real estate market, buyers no longer want to walk into an empty house and try to imagine where a couch might fit. They expect a curated, move-in ready lifestyle from the moment they step through the door. To get that styled look, sellers usually reach out to professional staging companies, only to be met with a wide range of price quotes. This chart breaks down the standard pricing structure in San Diego. Quotes establish a floor at $3,000 and scale up to an $8,000 ceiling. That leaves a $5,000 gap between the two extremes. To a homeowner trying to manage closing costs, a variance that large can feel arbitrary, like a steep price to pay for renting furniture. Three specific variables drive this pricing: the scope of the project, the target neighborhood, and the required timeline. Understanding exactly how these three factors move the needle is the only way to avoid paying for inventory you don't need, or making the mistake of understaging a high-value property. The first and most significant variable driving your quote is the staging scope. On the left, partial staging is a targeted approach outfitting only high-impact areas. It focuses strictly on the living room, kitchen, and primary bedroom. Reducing the furniture footprint and labor hours pulls your quote down toward the $3,000 floor. The trade-off is that secondary bedrooms and flex spaces are left empty. If your home has a complex layout, those bare rooms can make it difficult for buyers to understand how to use the space. Full staging is the alternative, outfitting the entire property, including guest rooms, home offices, and even outdoor patios. The complex logistics and the sheer volume of inventory required push the invoice toward the $8,000 ceiling. Furnishing secondary rooms is an expensive choice. It yields a return for homes with high square footage or floor plans requiring visual cues to explain the layout. The second variable is property value and neighborhood expectations. $1 million starter home generally requires clean, modern styling, which keeps the staging costs grounded. But in luxury markets, homes priced at $4 million and above in areas like La Jolla or Del Mar, buyer expectations shift. As the data shows, the moment a property list price crosses $4 million, the minimum staging quote jumps up to a baseline of $6,000, regardless of the room count. This occurs because luxury staging requires designer furniture, elevated styling materials, and larger scale pieces to match the home's architecture. Placing standard tier furniture into a luxury estate risks making the property feel cheap, which can suppress offers on a multi-million-dollar listing. The final hidden variable in your quote is the staging rental period. The total fee covers the physical installation and a specific window of time for the furniture to remain in the home. For a standard home in San Diego, the typical staging contract covers 60 days. This window covers the active marketing phase and the escrow period for homes under 2,000 square feet moving at normal market speeds. Complex properties or luxury listings typically require a 90-day window. High-priced homes have a smaller pool of qualified buyers and take longer to sell, so the staging must hold up through a slower sales cycle. Choosing the wrong timeline drains your proceeds. Paying for 90 days on a fast-moving starter home wastes profit, while capping a luxury estate at 60 days risks having an empty house before you secure a buyer. Ultimately, your staging invoice reflects the property scale, the target buyer's demographic, and the required marketing timeline. We can map this to a decision flowchart. For a standard home under 2,000 square feet, cap your spend by selecting partial staging on a 60-day term. This path focuses your capital on the living room and primary suite, where buyers make their purchasing decisions. If you are selling a luxury property or a home with a complex layout, avoid partial staging. The small upfront savings can damage the home's perceived value to a high net worth buyer. Invest in full luxury staging with a 90-day term to define the space and meet the expectations of that demographic. The $3,000 to $8,000 range represents a menu of strategic choices designed to protect equity and maximize your home's final sale price.